Hello everyone, welcome back. So what are we going to discuss now? JSON, one of the important thing. Okay, so before we are moving into Python with JSON, first let's try to understand what is JSON. Okay, uh, you can simply say JSON is a way of storing and exchanging the data between two different end systems or multiple systems. It's just a form of a data which contains the JavaScript notations. Okay, JSON is nothing but we can simply call the expression for that JavaScript object notation. We don't have to worry about in JavaScript. We are not going through anything about the JavaScript functionality and all here. Let's try to understand what is JSON. As I said earlier, JSON is a form of data which can be transferred to multiple systems. Okay, and in current industry, the lot of community people they are started using are adapted to the JSON because it is easy for both humans and machines to create and understand the data. Okay, so in the previous days, even still it has in the industry with the two major things. The first one is WSDL and second one is JSON. So when you're using the WSDL, there are a lot of restrictions over there. You need to provide a proper namespace, you need to provide the proper tag name, and you need to have a proper XST. You have to consider all of them into the consideration. But JSON, it's just a plain text format of data. Let's see how a simple JSON looks like. JSON always storing the data in a key and a value pair, like a map or a dictionary. If you see the expressions, it almost looks like a dictionary in Python. Okay, let's try some sample JSON. Okay, so use the curly braces. Okay, this is a starting point of JSON. So in that open and close curly braces, whatever the data is available all belongs to the JSON. Okay, so as I said, it's a key and value pair. Okay, so then for example, this is syntax actually. Okay, let's have some valid tag here. Let me comment this one. Let's have some proper data. Okay, name, John, and you need to use the separator is comma and age. And separate is comma and city. London. This is a simple form of JSON. So if you want to know what is the name for this particular JSON object or JSON string, you need to use the key. The key is nothing but name, and if you want to get the age, you need to use the key. The same thing applies for the city also. And so do we support JSON in Python? Yes, it is, because Python has a built-in package called JSON, which can be used to work with the JSON data. Okay, it's useful to converting a string to a JSON or JSON object to or Python object to JSON string. All those things you can do with the help of JSON package. Okay, so the one which we written here, it's a very simple format. Let's try to write some bit complicated, or yeah, just bit complicated JSON format. So as I said, open and curly braces. So I'm having a name here, name, and name is Phil, and comma, and you can mention the city here, and city is okay, LA, and comma. You can have the list as well. Okay, so like mm, hobbies. So what you can do is you can have a list here, like playing, dance, dancing, and singing, and the separator, comma, and you can define whatever you want, maybe address, or you can use age also here. We missed the age here. So you can have the key and value, and key with the multiple values, with nothing but a string or a list of data. In other case, for example, in this guy, for example, in this person scenario, we can have something called children's, and children is a key, and the value could be a list of data. So each children has a unique name, right? So I can have a multiple here. So this particular open and close braces belongs to the first child. First name, and name is Alice, and comma, and age 5, and this is the first one. I'm going to add one more child here. So as I said, comma is a separator, Catherine, and age is 6. If you take a look at the format here, name and Phil, and this is a single value, and hobbies, it has a multiple list of value, and children has multiple children's, each of them have a separate JSON format of data. Okay, first try to understand how the JSON looks like and how you can create a simple JSON format. So then we are move on to the how we are going to use this particular JSON in our Python, like how we are trying to convert a Python object to JSON or JSON string to a Python object. So all those things we are going to discuss in the next video. Let's meet each other in the next video. Thank you.
I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.